Hello and welcome. I'm Leanne Gerrans and you're watching W News broadcasting live from the Al Arabiya headquarters. The Iran-Israel conflict is now in its 11th day, with both sides trading strikes. The US involvement has raised tensions even more. Iran vows to respond not just to Israel. I'm now joined by Dr. Hamid Al-Kifayeh, author and writer on the Middle East. Thank you so much for joining us. A pleasure to have you on the show. So if Iran does indeed strike US bases, would that serve its strategic interests or backfire, especially given that some Gulf leaders condemned Israel's strikes on Iran?
Will certainly backfire. I think if Iran decides to attack American bases, this is suicidal on Iran's part, because the United States will not sit back and just watch. It's going to hit back and hit hard. So I don't know. I doubt if there is such a move on the part of Iran, but anything could happen. The Iranians would like to show their people that they are in a position to retaliate. They are strong, but it's unlikely. It's unlikely. I just cannot believe that they would dare to do such a thing.
I just want to get your reaction to some news that we're getting out now. It says there's a credible threat of an Iranian missile attack on a US-run airbase in Qatar. That's according to the BBC and Iraq, apparently. And Qatar has temporarily closed its airspace, and US and UK citizens have been advised to shelter in place. What is your reaction to this news?
But this news is unconfirmed, so I cannot really comment on unconfirmed reports. I don't think the Iranians would, dare to attack American targets, American bases in Iraq or in Qatar, because they enjoy good relations with Iraq and with Qatar, especially with Iraq and Qatar. So it's highly unlikely, but if they do, there will be consequences from the Americans, from the Qataris, from the Iraqis. So it is very dangerous for them to undertake such an action.
OK, I'm just getting that news from the BBC and also Reuters, but let's move on. President Trump has issued a warning regarding oil prices. Could we see Iran target the Strait of Hormuz and effectively holding the world to ransom?
I also cannot see how Iran would do that. I mean, this will attract American action, because this affects all countries of the world. Because it will raise oil prices, and that affects life in the West and in other countries, even in China, an ally of Iran, or supposedly ally of Iran. So this is also, it cannot be ruled out, but Iran did threaten to close the Strait of Hormuz, but it is really also a very bold move for Iran to do, and I don't think it will.
Doctor, what do you think Iran could do in retaliation? They are warning of retaliation. What are the possibilities? You say you can't see them striking US air bases, despite reports we're getting in now from Qatar, and also closing the Strait of Hormuz. So what is Iran's options?
Iran has actually very limited options. Iran wants this war to end as soon as possible, and it will keep firing missiles on Israel if Israel keeps attacking Iran. So that's for sure. But how long for? Iran doesn't have a lot of missiles, and all its weapon factories and other bases have been attacked and destroyed by Israel. So it is very difficult time for Iran. Iran is cornered, and it wishes to end the war more than any other party to this war. But it will, for the time being, I think it will keep attacking Israel, it will keep firing missiles, but that's all it could do. It doesn't want to widen this war because it will lose. I mean, it is losing as it is now, but if it widens the war, it will attract more actions from the Americans and from the Israelis.
Dr. Hamid Al-Kifaye, author and writer on the Middle East. A pleasure to have you on the show. Thank you so much.